Well, this is exciting. Another Not episode dedicated to Broly. This time, the new Broly movie.
My father says I have to be gentle.
It got me that calm Broly's voice is straight up Vic.
You know what? I think why is because in the panel with Vic, when we saw him during the summer, he talked about how, like, doing Broly's voice, because if you notice in the movie, it was way different from the first one. He didn't scream the same way. He didn't scream, Kakarot, things like that. Like, he was a lot, even though he yelled, it was more of like, I think, like a synthesized yell. So it wasn't like the first movie. I don't think he can really do that anymore, or wants to do that anymore.
Well, even with this voice, remember, he was on the Unlocked app talking about how much it was wrecking his voice. He couldn't say he was recording for Broly, but everybody knew, because why else would he be in Dallas at Funimation Studios?
Well, I mean, he later revealed where it is like, I can't talk about, hi guys, I'm in Dallas recording for Broly.
Well, he admitted that he was Broly, but he wasn't admitting that he was in Dallas recording it.
Oh, yeah.
But he did admit that he had the role, which everybody knew. Because who else is going to do Broly? Get? No, the one thing I didn't like is he didn't use Kakarot at all, which I was really hoping they were going to carry that over from the original movie.
Yeah, but the way that it was, that he never encountered him.
That's true.
So, yeah.
But the Easter eggs in the movie, because I didn't even think about this until I watched a YouTube video about it. The people working on this Broly movie grew up as fans of Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. Because it's been around so long that fans have become part of the team.
Yeah.
So this movie is just chocked full of homages from Dragon Ball all the way to Z and Super.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because a lot of the mistakes, they were like, oh, I wish they would have done this. They did all of them. They fixed a lot of things and kind of made a lot of things canon, like Bardock, like Gogeta, things like that. But it's just crazy. What it seemed like to me was like a way to send off a series, almost. That's what it seemed like. I know it's not that, but it just seems like that.
Yeah, and it's a spoiler alert for this video. We're probably going to spoil things like Piccolo dies.
Warning! This video contains adult content not suitable for children. Do you like breasts?
They're real!
Then order with your credit card, and you'll also get the all-new Girls Gone Wild Top 50 Best Breast Ever.
And bomb hits New York.
Yeah, and then Goku joins the Illuminati. I mean, it's the people you least suspect.
It is.
Let's talk about those posters, though.
Oh, no, you mean postcards. Not poster. No, actually, I got a poster a couple days later when I went to FYE, and you had to pre-order the movie. Mm-hmm. Tell me why we take our butts all the way over. I think we're going to get free posters. Like, oh, no, you have to pre-order the movie.
I was hoping it was just with any purchase.
Yeah.
Because then we could have got a pop that we kind of want.
Well, see, I like that I got it now because I saw Resurrection F and I saw this movie in theaters. Like, I saw both of them, and I have posters for both of them now, so.
What got me was that the poster that you got from FYE was actually in Japanese. And even had the Japanese release date.
Mm-hmm. This is the 14th, right?
Yeah. December 14th? Yeah.
Yeah, December 14th, which was, it was the Japanese release date.
Mm-hmm. The little posters that they gave out, which was kind of shady, because when I went... actually, what theater did you go to?
AMC 30.
Okay, so I went to the same theater, 3 hours ahead of you?
Yeah, you went at 7, I went at like 10:45.
Yeah.
Which made me mad because... We went because 10:45 was the last showing, and I don't get off till 11. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll just go ahead and leave work early, get my little occurrence, whatever.
Yeah.
But then come to find out that they did the thing they always do where it's like, oh man, it was so big and it's so sold out. How about we add one more show at 11:15? I could have left work on time and still made it there.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lot better for everyone. Everyone was, when we saw the 11:15 movie thing, we were all mad. We were like, this would have been so much better than having to rush over here and get here by 10:45.
Actually, I tried to get there early, but I wasn't able to because I wanted to watch the little pre-stuff that they did like with the other movies. Uh-huh. But I got there basically on time, and I got a better seat because I got the last seat in my showing. This guy wanted to sit next to his friend, so I traded with him, and I actually got a better seat. I was in the very middle of the back bottom part. Mm-hmm. So I was the last row of the bottom section in the very middle, so it was perfect.
Actually, you know what? I got a little mad about that myself because I didn't know it was in the smaller theater. Me and my girlfriend sat at the top in the side. Mm-hmm. When actually one of the things that were available was the row where the handicaps were. Yeah. And from where it was, the screen was the room was so small that actually was far enough where it'd be very intensely in it. Yeah. But it's not too much. And I was actually like, man, I would have rather been down there.
I did look up a little bit in that row because, the bottom section.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a little bit of a pain, but it was definitely a much better seat than I originally had because I was originally on that same row but far left.
Yeah. Usually with movies, you want to be like smack dab in the middle. That's my little sweet spot right there in the middle.
And I was drinking my 2 Long Island iced teas.
Oh, did you get 2 Long Island iced teas?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did.
As my New Year's resolution, I've actually kind of given up alcohol since 2019, so I've drank since then. I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
I'm jonesing a little bit.
Yeah, the first thing you said when you gave up your alcohol, the first time you told me that, you saw a commercial for Heineken, you were like, oh, that sounds good right now. I was like, wow, okay.
Alcoholic strong in this one.
Right. Oh, speaking of the posters that we were talking about, a lot of people online were posting it and they were like saying that they didn't even watch the trailers because they didn't want to get spoiled, and then they got spoiled immediately when they got there and got the posters.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's not a big spoiler that Gogeta's in the movie.
But apparently people don't like the spoilers. Also, let's talk about the shady way that you got the posters, because I didn't even get
Oh, okay,
one.
here's the story. So I already knew that these little postcard things or poster things were going to be there, and because everyone's posting them. Actually, I had no friends that saw it, but my friend Kobe was like, hey, my friend sent me the ticket, his little postcard of Gogeta. So I was like, okay, at least we're going to get something. So we go up to the lady, we scan our tickets, and I asked her, I said, hey, is there like a poster or something, because we're watching the Broly movie? She goes, oh, go ask customer service. So I went over there and I asked him, I was like, hey guys, y'all have like a little poster thing for Dragon Ball Super? The one guy was like, no. And then the one girl looked at me, looked side to side and leaned over and said, how many do you need?
The most shady transaction. Did you also have to pay her in grandma's cookies?
Shoot, would have been better. And then I had to go back and get yours because I only got, I think, 4 or 5, one for everyone that was there.
Yeah.
And then I messaged you before I left and I was like, hey, did you get one? And you said no. So I went back after the movie and got you one.
Yeah. So there's 2 big things in the movie that are both Easter eggs, again, spoiler alert, and also just really cool parts of the movie. The transformations were so elaborate, and there's 2 things in the transformation that really got everybody. Number 1, you finally got to see Super Saiyan God Vegeta.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, but we got to see him.
Yeah.
And then also, when Goku goes blue, you almost see him go Instinct.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny is when he did that, I didn't actually catch it when I first watched it, but then I've seen some clips replay of it and I see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't catch that one at first, actually.
I really like that they made Paragus older.
Yes.
What I really wanted was Toriyama to troll everybody and have Paragus go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, but then you come to find out when Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, he goes, what is that?
Yeah, Broly didn't even know how to go Super Saiyan, and Paragus didn't even know what it was.
But when Broly went Super Saiyan, though, God. I actually like how they made him a lot more calmer. Like, he was much calmer.
Yeah.
He was much more, like,
Controlled.
Yeah, he was much more controlled, so you don't look at him as like, oh, nah, he's a brute that can't be controlled. He was like, no, it's just a guy that had no social interaction other than his dad.
Which is bad.
He had one friend, which was a monster.
Yeah.
And basically, he had this rage inside that his dad had to control, but he was just a normal kid being controlled by his dad, and his dad's revenge is what basically Broly fought for.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a brute that had no mind, and he wasn't the one that was out of control. It's just he was very controlled, and he was very much kind. He just had this rage that he couldn't control. And I like that, actually. I really, really like that a lot more, because he talked more. He actually opened up more. It just was a lot nicer than the first one.
And let's talk about the over-sexualized elephant in the room.
What was her name? Chile?
Oh my goodness. So they made a point to show her ass as much as they can. She bent over the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then she shows the stretchiness of her armor by pulling it down to show her boobs.
Yeah.
It was so on the nose that I can't even believe that Toriyama would do that. It's just really funny. It really throws back to like Dragon Ball, where Bulma and all the female characters were over-sexualized. And we really haven't seen that until now.
Not for a long time we haven't. Yeah, but I like that they kind of gave him like a love interest in the movie. They did that thing where it's like, you know who this is gonna be. They're already, you know, flirting right off the bat. Broly's huge.
Looking She's so small.
Bro, looking very chiseled in that skin tight shirt.
I don't know. Maybe Toriyama saw what we all saw in high school, where all the huge football players would date the cheerleaders 1/10 of their size.
I couldn't do that, man.
I don't know, but you know, Broly and Chile.
Yeah, but also what I like is that they kind of took, like I said, they redid a lot of wrongs. Which one of the good things they did was take a lot from Dragon Ball Minus, which is the storyline like introducing Frieza and leading up to Frieza, you know, destroying Planet Vegeta.
And we find out that King Cold was actually a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, he was.
And Frieza is a dick.
His first line in the movie was pretty racist. Hello, monkeys.
Yeah. And then he shoots somebody in the tower because he shows the new scouters, and then he states that there's like 5 weapons trained on them. And then he says, oh, what's the power level of that Saiyan up there? 2,000? That's pretty impressive. And then shoots him. So Jiren and Broly.
It's gonna happen.
I still think Broly's stronger because you have Jiren versus Ultra Instinct Goku, and then you have Broly versus Blue Gogeta. Mm-hmm. And I think that clearly shows you the difference between Jiren and Broly's power levels.
Jerry?
Jerry?
Jerry goes Super Saiyan?
I hope so. You talking about Milk Me Daddy?
He just starts making chicken sounds.
Oh my goodness.
But then he takes out Jiren.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry versus Jiren would be a
Would you mind taking your breath off my hot plate?
Yeah, look at that. How can I serve food with those things there?